I'm fucking mad at y'all. I'm fucking mad at y'all. Let me find my... Where's my goddamn light? What'd you do with it? Did you put it over here? Here, my guitar. We might go... We might have to... In the beninging. In the beninging. Where's my goddamn light? What in the beninging is going on, man? Chat, I made an impulsive decision and I drove 2 hours away because my wheel was falling off. And I'm like, this is the guy that will do it for the cheapest. So I drove here. I don't think it's gonna work out here, man. In the beninging. Chat. I looked up. As I'm scrolling, I've been running into some homeless people on the live. And I'm mad at y'all, man. Because I didn't see a single ass hating comment on any of those live streams. I saw people living in cardboard boxes. I saw people living in tents. I saw people all over the goddamn place. And they had thousands of viewers. And not a single comment I saw was telling him, get a job, you fucking schizoid. Just thinking about you, man. What up, Jason? Yeah, it happens, bro. Jason, were you here in the earlier live? I'm gonna tell the story again. Basically, I went to go get pizza. My toaster oven was stolen. I go into my job to see if they know what's up with it, if they have the toaster oven or something. A fucking Blue Jay passed. Yeah, it's reconnecting. I don't have good service out here. I've just really been thinking of land for one homeless person. Land for one homeless person. And I think that's the best way that I can solve. And I think that's the best way that I can solve, kind of figure out what's going on with the homeless people. Because you'd think that it brings out the kindest parts of people, but it doesn't. It brings out the worst. And he's like asking the deacon if he knows a homeless guy that he can help get a piece of land for. Swear to God. So I'm sitting above, they're like sitting on chairs and I'm on this big stool in between them. And I'm like, well, I've been homeless since I was 13. They call me the king of the crackheads. And I just talked to him for 2 hours. Mr. Crow overhears the conversation from his evil whatever. And he's like staring at us out the window like this. And Mr. Crow offered to build public showers for free. So he comes out and he thinks he's slick, smoking a cigarette outside. Like, we don't know that he smokes cigarettes in the building all the time. So I'm just like, hey man, we were talking about you. We are just talking about you. So not only did I find the public shower, I found a shower for homeless people in town. For some. As long as they're respectful and good people, the deacon says he doesn't mind them using the shower in his auction hall. At least he doesn't mind if I use it. But I'm assuming that I'm the gateway, people come after me. And I also just met a random surgeon from Alabama that showed up at the homeless program looking for a way to fix it, and he walked in and said exactly what I was trying to do. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, having a camper with a shower and pulling the camper up twice a week, that'd be pretty cool. But basically, yeah, he walks in and says that he's thinking about how to fix the homeless crisis, and he was looking for a space for them in a church to convert an old church into a program. And he was also thinking about getting a piece of land, and he only wants to do one homeless person there. So I was able to share my vast, extensive stories and knowledge with the guy, and he was like, "This is probably the most valuable conversation I've ever had about this stuff." And he asked me if I thought it was a spiritual war, and I was like, "Duh, can you see that guy?" And he looks over, and Mr. Crow is smoking a cigarette, staring at us like this, and I'm like, "That guy let one in, and then the rest came with him. If you let lust in, greed, wrath, envy, they all come with him. So one of them came in, and now all of them are consuming that guy. So watch, come with me." And the guy was like, he's an older guy, and he's a surgeon, so he's always had money. He's kind of panicking. The guy's like, "You're a lot tougher than me," and I'm like, "Yeah, man. No, you got my number. So maybe something cool will come from it. But I'm mad at y'all. I'm mad at y'all, man. I've been scrolling on YouTube and I see like 40-year-old women with the fucking heroin needles are just sticking out of her fucking bag, and she's sitting in a tent inside of another tent, and she's cut a hole for a tent stove or something that she doesn't have anymore because she sold it for fucking drugs. And thousands of people in the chat, and nobody's talking shit. Then I scroll on a little bit and I find this like 35-year-old black man in a Chewbacca suit with a bunch of face tattoos, and he's hiding. It looks like he's hiding in like a vent somewhere. It looks like that movie, you know, the guy that was hiding in the Toys R Us when he went in back of a display thing and made a bedroom out of it. He was in one of those things, like hiding somewhere. Thousands of people in the chat. Nobody's talking shit. People are giving him hundreds of dollars, and I'm like, what the fuck? What's going on? Just because I'm possessed by my family, just because I can't get rid of the spell work they did to me, you guys won't help. And I'm like, hold on. It's hard to think. What I'm trying to say is, why do I get all this hate? Why does everybody hate on me, man? But then I'd be scrolling and I see all sorts of people that you should be hating on, and nobody says shit. Everybody's like having a great time, and I'm like, what the fuck? What is going on? Is there anything in here? It's fucking frozen solid. So I was just seeing if the live stream could work here. But yeah, I met a random, as I'm talking to God with a deacon of a church, a man walks in and says that he's looking to buy a homeless man a plot of land. And I remember like 2 days ago, I said I had a tarot reading that said you're just going to wake up and own land suddenly. I don't give a fuck. How come y'all don't rag on the woman with the heroin needle sticking out of her bag? Or the black man with the Chewbacca suit hiding in a display case of a closed store? But I'm here like, I have the solutions to save those people, and you're like, fucking dumbass piece of shit. Nah. Come on, man. Calling me a lazy bum junkie, telling me to get a job. And then I go to the lazy bum junkies, and y'all aren't saying shit, man. Tell me you're jealous of my neck beard without telling me, man. What? I'm out of juice on my vape? That's an unforgivable sin. Meow. Guys, you ever think cats are like reptilians that are like astral projecting and like have a whole spiritual network, and cats are just like spies for that metaphysical government? Because sometimes I would have sleep paralysis where the draconians were eating at my heart, and they were about to like destroy me spiritually, and then my cat runs onto my chest and starts speaking in tongues, and I can see that the cat is explaining and showing him memories of how good I treat the cat, and then the giant spiritual metaphysical draconian dragon thing just fucking leaves. And I've only ever seen it once, because one day I woke up in the middle of the night, and then there was a gray next to me, and then I was like, I'm just gonna open my phone, and then a little gray astral projected it in front of the phone and was like, when you type, I help you type. I help you come up with things when you argue with people on Facebook. And then they get scared and they run away, and then I see a giant head of a red T-Rex just looking at me from the dark abyss, angry at me for something. You actually believe this? Yeah. Of course. I also know that the blue cat aliens don't like the praying mantises when they try to possess me. And the Pukwudgies run around at night on full moons. You know what I'm saying? Are you cool, man? Take it easy. Is that 4564 francs? That's 11.8. That's why some people can't handle cold weather. That fentanyl got you moving like a claymation figure. I'm in a faraway land full of white trash. And there's something about me they don't like. Is it my hair, chat? Because I'm dressed nice, man. Everybody, when I pulled up to all the old places that saw me before I got my car, they were like, man, you look good. You lost weight. You're dressed nice. You got a car now. What happened? And I was like, you know what, man? I fought to the bitter end. I went to every single place in the state I could go and I was trespassed from everywhere. As soon as I ran out of safe options, or any options, the next day, God gifted me the car. And you can remember that parking lot that I used to go live in? By used to, I mean earlier today. There's a video of me from like maybe a year before that, where I literally, like, on camera, I go, I just got this crazy deja vu where I was in a black and green SUV, and then 2 years go by, and now I'm in the same place in a black and green SUV. Isn't that crazy? It's almost like God knows us outside of space and time. Meow, meow, meow. Hello, everybody. My name is Meowcaplier. Hello, everybody. My name is Carcaplier. Hello, everybody. I'm vaping. Did you get to the birth certificate place? Yeah, I drove 1,000 miles, man, and went and got my birth certificate. And I applied to 50 places, and one of them got back to me. But as soon as it got back to me, like on the way back to my parking spot to go cook up my pizza and watch Stranger Things, I get a call and says I need to do the drug test, which is fine. I don't do drugs. Then I have to do the background test, which is fine. I'm not a criminal. And then I have to do the training, which is fine. And then maybe I'll do it, $200. I did the math, guys. 180 divided by 8. So if I make $180 a day and I work 8-hour shifts, can you do that math? Tick, tick, ding, ding, it's about, I think, $22.50 an hour. No, they didn't. Yeah, they didn't get it to me. I drove all the way there and sat in their office until they gave it to me. And they came out like 3 times and were like, "Are you absolutely certain that these are your parents?" And I was like, "Well, the more you ask me, the less certain I am, man." Hold on, I got a tripod for this specific reason, and you see me like fighting with the phone to make it stay up. I bought this tripod from Walmart with my donation money. This boy gets donations. Holy shit. But not often. Hello, everybody. My name is Carcaplier. Hello, everybody. I've made accidental cucks out of several people because I would fuck their girlfriends in the other room and cuddle them while they watched. What's the temp right now? Cold. It's going to be negative 45 wind chill on Saturday. At least I got it to you and said, it's your perseverance and intelligence. I'm sorry I said that. It's your perseverance and intelligence and you're darn good looking, Casey. It's called jealousy. Have you been noticing red cars watching you lately? No, actually. Not recently. There was a couple instances where I was in this exact spot last week, and I feel after 3 hours of meditating, I finally broke through and gained a connection to something greater, and I immediately tried to channel it into a song, and then immediately I feel it doesn't feel like the devil, but it feels like a spiritual attack, or like a frequency jam or something, where all of a sudden everything distorts, and I feel literal pain, and I can feel the energy of when people would overdose on heroin next to me, when I would be in the car and there'd be somebody shooting up next to me a couple years ago. So I feel the heroin energy come in, and then I look up and I see a red car, headlights driving right at me, then it swerves at the last minute, parks next to me, and then 7 homeless people crawl out of the car. And I have it on video where they can't hear me, but I just channel God for a second. High vibration, what's it called? Anointing. Where I go, show yourself. And then one of the homeless guys go, and he's staring at me, hiding like this. And I'm quiet. I'm just like, show yourself. You know? Acid Queen Art with 33 instead of ease says, what makes you think there's a God? Well, I know there's evidence of a higher level of creation orchestrating our everyday experience. You'd have to be a retard not to see that. I met Jesus at Walmart. He's real. I think every single moment of our lives is a holographic simulation, like an AI. And I'm from the Pleroma. Those red cars are watching. Well, they might be. I just heard a door shut nearby. I don't take it too serious, man. Too many COVID shots. I've never had a single COVID shot. One time I went to jail. Can you believe it? This guy went to jail. I've spent like 70 days in county. I've been arrested like 12 times, and it was just because I kept missing court. I'd be picked up on bullshit. Like I walk down the street and I'm trespassed for walking down the street by some fat white cunt. And then a hurricane hits and I hide in a field, and the field is owned by the parent company. So I get arrested for trespassing. As soon as I survive the tornado, I go to jail for 4 days because they always pick you up on a Friday. And then months go by. I think they just threw the case out because my lawyer's not texting me. Turns out he's texting the wrong number. So I don't know that I missed court. And then they fucking ripped my tent open and maced me and dragged me out by my legs and maced my whole face and left me there. And they told me if I was from a native reservation and not just half Native American, they would have done a lot worse to me. And then I found out that the cop that did it molests homeless women regularly, where he gives them bullshit charges and says, I'll get you off if you get me off. You know, that didn't smell too bad. I don't live in a Walmart, but I'm here at a Walmart right now. And I'll tell you what, if this is some technological Jew magic, I'm feeling it. Walmarts do not feel normal anymore. Walmarts have this weird energy about it that feels like addiction, kind of. It just feels like the false light. Like this really heavy, distorted frequency. And I'm like, I bet you could find that Walmart's, even the lamp posts and everything are built by a third-party company. There's no way the United States government did shit like MK Ultra, but they don't do shit like have an AI monitoring human behavior through supermarkets. You know what I'm saying? JK Midwest, New England. That's a good one. 88. What did 88 say? I believe in miracles. I don't know why I'm still alive. Hey, if we die, who will entertain these aliens? I didn't have all messages on. My fault. My fault, chat. Where's 88, man? What did he say? I don't see it. Hey, brother. Howdy. I'm just hanging out for a few hours. Maybe we'll restring my other guitar. I think I want to wait till this 45 negative. It's going to be negative 45. The high, so like the warmest it'll be during the day is going to be here. It's going to be negative, I think negative 5 to negative 10. And the low up here is going to be negative 45 to negative 65 wind chill. So I don't know what I'm going to do, man. All my money's going to this wheel bearing. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe I just run right into the McDonald's and say, hey, will you hire me at nights? I'll wear a hairnet I don't give a fuck. I'm just looking to get like 5 days of income. I'll work 5 shifts, 8 hours. Give me what's 5 times 8? 40. 40 times 18. 40 times 18, man. 40 times 18. 40 times 18. 40 times 10 is 400. 40 times 5 is 200, 600. 40 times 3 is 120, $720. And then I'm back out, man. Paid my car off. I'll still owe him like 180 after that, but then because McDonald's pays the next day, I'll have money to run the car all night. Or should I not run the car? I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to figure it out. I don't know what I'm going to do, man. I don't think you should be running a car in negative 65. Hate to say it. I don't know if a car is okay to be ran and idled in negative 65. This is definitely AI. I'm trying not to be AI. Does anybody shit in public? Yeah, I do. I shit in public like 3 days ago. I love shitting in public. But only in Leo season. Outside of Leo season, I love shitting in the woods. But during Leo season, shitting in public, it's pretty good. Drive west where it's warm. I have no money, brother. Once I get this wheel bearing, I think even if somebody sent me $5 for gas, I would just use it to pay the car off. I only owe $1,000 more dollars. I think I owe like actually I gave him 140. So it's a little over 1,000 that they have plus 140 now. So I'd say they have like 1,160 at this point. So that's 840 left. Does God fart? Yeah, he farts through all of us. God never farted, not once. In the Bible it says God did not toot. He said, "Let there be light. Let there be flatulence." How do I check to make sure the temp is around 100? Where's that on my car thermometer that usually stays right in the middle here? And that's good, and if it goes up, it's bad. Am I living in a van? I'm living in an SUV that I got like 10 days ago. More like 17 days ago. And before that, I was on the ground for 2 years. Before that, I was in a car for 6 months. Before that, I was on the ground for 6 months. Before that, I was in a car for 4 years. More like 2 years. And then before that, I was traveling Greyhounds across the country. And before that, I was couch surfing. And before that, I was couch surfing. And before that, I was foster home couch surfing. And before that, I was homeless shelter for kids. And then before that, I was foster home couch surfing. And then before that, I was in a homeless shelter. I was in a residential program for adolescents. And then before that, I was in a shelter for children. And then before that, I lived with my dad when I was 13. I've been homeless since I was 14 years old. I've been homeless since I was 14 years old. Do you pleasure yourself in the SUV? It's none of your business. Finally, we have a white woman with sunglasses saying get a job. We've been waiting for you guys. That doesn't look like a white woman in sunglasses. That looks like a Mexican man. You most definitely need to come to the land of opportunity. Are you talking about Tent City in California? This is AI? It probably is, man. It's trans, man. I'm not trans, man. I'm just sipping a Pepsi. How can I be trans? I'm sipping a Pepsi. I thought trans people only drink sparkling water. Can you go to the shelter to get some sleep and get out of the cold? There's no shelters. I wouldn't even go if they had one. I could get 80 days in a motel, but I just don't feel like it. What's the difference? Sitting in a motel with a bunch of drug addicts or sitting in a car in a parking lot? Where are you? Where were you? I'm in New England. Just the west, the east coast is, you already know. I don't know, I've never been out west. I know that these people are rebooting. These these people are white trash. These people are brainwashed, man. They're inbred yokel Jew cattle. Jesuit slaves, man. They're bitter and angry for no reason, and they think they're being serious, but really, they can't do basic math. I'm even struggling with basic math at this point now that AI has siphoned all of our consciousness and we're connected to the mind flayer. Oh, by the way, the Stranger Things ending wasn't bad. I went back and watched Stranger Things 1 and 2. They've been setting Vecna up since season 1. And season 2, the Mind Flayer literally grows through Hawkins the entire time. All of season 2 is about the Mind Flayer is already in Hawkins. It's not, I have to get through this barrier. That's Henry and his ego. The Mind Flayer is an ancient demonic force. The Mind Flayer already got in through season 2. And it was releasing spores that were getting into everybody's bodies. I'm about to have a mental breakdown, man. I know it's not your problem, but man, the emotions are so intense right now. Then do some goddamn push-ups. Ain't nobody coming to save you. Do some goddamn push-ups. Channel all that shit into progress. You got a bunch of shit going on? Do some goddamn push-ups. Take some protein powder. Get in the shower. And guess what? It'll go away. And you'll feel better because of the endorphins. And then you'll look in the mirror and be like, I look good, man. And then whatever's going on is like, what the fuck does that matter? Do you Icy Stoner 420? Maybe it's time to quit that feminine spirit of the Mary Jane. Maybe you're getting really emotional right now because your serotonin's really fucked up from drugs. So you have to quit it. Then you gotta knock it off, and then you gotta fast, sunlight, probiotics, ketosis, autophagy, neurogenesis. You have to play Halo 3. You have to play Halo. If your emotions are intense, you gotta play Halo 3. It's Eldritch Horror, and then they dropped all the horror for an anticlimactic endgame fight. No, it's all fake. They were all mind flayed. Flatline 6'7", telling us that meth is brutal. I'm sorry you do meth, man. You should quit. Moving companies are always hiring to move furniture. Where? I've been trying to get a job in this state for 2 years now, and no one's hired me. I eventually had to shovel. Man, what are these retards in my chat, man? I've been the shit out of the punching bag. Well, you're not doing enough push-ups, man. If you're saying the emotions are so intense right now, you instead of focusing on what you can control, shift your energy into what you can create, homie. Low bro. Fucking channel that shit into what you can create, man. Make something cool. And you'll be like, whoa, all these emotions I thought I had no control over, I was creating them. And I can make them bend to my will. William. Well, my boy. I'm Vecna. Will goes, you're just like me, Henry. And Henry's like, do I look gay to you? Sublimination. I don't know what that means. Do the sympathy for the devil beat again. Bow, 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 bow. I'm from Michigan. I'm enjoying the snow. It's beautiful here. No one asked. No one cares, man. Do they even have fucking mountains in Michigan? Hog reveal? I'm too poor to own livestock. I got a Harley Davidson shirt on, though. Whoa! Wow, 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 wow. Creamy peanut butter. Creamy peanut butter. Creamy peanut butter. Miss Cyanic says, I've never been here before. You're quite funny. Wait until the whites piss me off. You won't think I'm very funny then. I'm talking about some different little nigga. What are you talking about, man? I'm a green nigger. Ask any Haitian. And white people are inbred, select bred cattle for the Jesuit order that predates Jews, that worship Saturn, and used whites as a tool to rape the world. And now we have a bunch of genetically deformed, satanic beings harboring dysfunctional vessels where their skin is fucking falling off, and they walk around completely in a schizophrenic delusion and just getting whatever their Facebook feed gives them so that they run rampant in psychosis, bickering like the little lemmings they are at anything and anyone they can. And they need the gallows. No wonder you can't get hired. Yeah, because I'm not white enough. What you talking about, Willis? Get the fuck out of here. How can someone figure out how long ago that channel was created? Only whites though. Yeah. Who's texting me, man? No. Fuck. How'd you know what? Why do you do the laughing with the dollar sign? Am I in a simulation right now? Because I locked my Cash App card and then Google Play just took $14 out of it. So now I don't have enough to pay for the fucking wheel bearing. Do you hear that wind? Why does that wind sound like this? Chet, are you trying to Are you trying to mog clavicular? No, I fucked up and left it as it. No, but I mean the money took fucking money from me. Liability N1 says broke boy. Is it your epigenetic trauma that made you a retard? Or did you just not try hard enough? I'm homeless too. It sucks in Canada. Dude, Canada isn't even real. It's a psyop. Canada ain't even real, man. Everyone knows as soon as you leave the border, there's nothing there. If someone sends me $30, how much do I actually get? Oh, on my Cash App, I get all of it. On the GoFundMe, I get none of it because my boss takes it for the car payment, but nobody donates to the GoFundMe anyway. If I were to start doing super chats, I'd only make 70% of it. 420 Blaze it. Pin your Cash App. Can somebody put CASEY, the letter O, 9989 with the dollar sign in front of it, and then it says Cash App, and I'll pin it. And we'll see how much money you think I'll make. I never make nothing, man. I don't make shit. This Walmart energy has me geeked. These Walmart vibes. Are you laying on the floor? I'm laying on a twin mattress in an SUV. Damn nigga, too lazy to even pin his own Cash App. Hey man, you're dumb. How can I comment to pin my comment? No, it's I appreciated XTC601, but it's Casey The letter O, 9989. No wonder he's a broke boy. Hey, man. Uptown women love dirty bums, and you know it. Bad bitches love this. They love the energy. Oh, fuck, I can't type all that. Ursula Sue. Stinky bums. Yeah, uptown girls love dirty bums, man. Who wants to go home with the homeless guy? You can drop me off anywhere. Hey, that's cool. We'll see what happens. I doubt anyone will do it. Pin massage. Hello, brother. Hobosexual. I've been homosexual for a long time. I hooked up with a manager at a bank for a while. I hooked up with a yoga instructor for a while. I hooked up with one time Vice Lords made me fuck a prostitute for their protection in a city, and I did it just to stick it in to show her how big it was, so that she would walk around saying, "He hurt me." So then her pimp would be like, "Fucking," I knew he was fucking mad. I knew he was mad. And as soon as I put it in, I took it out and washed it. And then she's laying in bed. She goes, "I think God gave me my match." And I said, "Well, I hope it works out for you." And then I left. I'm Irish, chat, and I'm native, and I'm African. When did Cole Sprouse start letting out of his car? Tweaking. I'm starting to get to know what it's like to be on the other end of the phone. Because I'd be scrolling now. And I see like homeless women sitting in their tent. I see homeless guys hiding in like display cases of closed businesses. I'm starting to get it. Meow. Meow. I'm clavicular. Clavicular got famous because he bone smashes and he does meth. Clavicular is a 20-year-old guy who takes a hammer and smashes his cheekbones so that he could have the protruding cheekbones in the right dimensions. And while he was on meth and doing that to look more attractive, he was fucking 60-year-old women at 19 years old. And I'm like, he's really bone smash maxing that. What am I using as a power source? God. I can't see now. If you put an eye patch on your left eye, you can fix your lazy eye. No, it's from trauma. I don't know how to fix it. I don't know when I developed this lazy eye, but it was from trauma. No, I can't fart. I just tried. Why are you living in a GMC? I'm in a Toyota, man. Toyotas are great vehicles. How'd you get so stupid? Well, you can only comprehend what you're able to comprehend. So if you think I'm stupid, that's probably the level that you're at, man. I hate to say it, but your reticular activation system is only able to perceive what your brain is capable of creating. So if you see me as a stupid person, it's something to do with yourself. You don't have a lazy eye? I definitely have a lazy eye. Sometimes. Jake Bashel says, yes, Daddy. You said you live in Canada? No. What product do you use for your great hair? It's genetic, man. My dad's got a mane too. And a big bushy beard, but my mom's side is native, so I only have this Johnny Depp ass facial hair. Wow, saying words you don't understand don't make you smart, champ. I don't even try to save white people anymore. You know? I literally think that I think they're just genetically deficient. I think that their brains have been molded for 7 generations to Jesuit programming, Masonic control for using them as lemming cattle to rape the world of resources. So in that comes so much Stockholm syndrome with Uncle Sam raping you for generations. It's just your culture's fucked. White people just suck, man. inbred lemming Jew cattle, mind flayed, spend their whole time in a psychotic delusion, thinking they're dominating everything, and they call it sophistication and discipline. But really all it is avoiding the fear of real self-awareness. Because you cannot access God. And because you're enslaved to Capricorn, all you can do is worry about the other people, who's opposing who, teams, divide and conquer, political teams, separation, and trying to build your stupid dark empires over each other for your ego. And it's all a schizophrenic delusion perpetuated by a government that views you as cattle. They keep you distracted so that they can rape you and you don't even realize what's going on. The people who made your textbooks in high school for children rape children on an island, man. You're cattle. That's all it is, man. They let the dads rape the daughters a couple generations ago and pump out 17 of you at a time, and then they spread you like a cancer, and they made you believe that you were free, knowing that they will shorten your lifespans and take your land back 2 generations after you're dead. Well, chat, should I get a trombone? What else do I have to say about whites, man? I heard an angel say the lack of melanin was a choice. There was a reason that they made them lack melanin. Well, temperature where I'm at, it's cold. Somebody's jealous, I guess. A lot of them are. When I'm white, I don't care. Chat, the entire world is farming whites because they know that they're stupid. Most people are taking advantage of whites' obvious deficiencies and inferiorities. Everybody's making so much money by dangling keys in front of your face. Come on, whitey, get mad. Get mad and comment on my shit. Come on. Come on. You know you want to. You know you want to. Little key. Come on, come on. Give me my watch time. Like my Facebook posts. Fuck around and find out. Fuck around and find out. Here's a couple memes. We know you love giving you a chance to lose your set. We love giving you the ability to channel your infinite potential into shitting out a retarded, hateful bullshit, perpetuating the extension of the mind flayer through the multiverse for us, the Saturn worshippers, who have an AI that's now molesting your daughter through TikTok. Num, 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 num. This guy said, "Mom's proud little chud." I don't know what that means. No one is mad. This is so cringe. I don't care. Besides vet peanut butter and make bombs. I don't know. I will charge my vape. Ask me questions. You like that one? Atlas Knight says, when you getting a job? What makes you think I don't have one? Ladies and gentlemen, the SUV Prophet. Hey, does everyone think that one was a good one? Look what this white person, he tried his hardest. He tried his hardest to come up with something. He paused for so long. I paused to do that sing for so long, man. Mr. Mouth got all the answers except income. Showed cannibalistic humanoid underground dweller. What flavor is your vape? Blue Raz Ice, man. Drink booze? I think if I drank booze, I might not stop. So I'm like, if all these people become alcoholics that easily, and like people that I grew up with started really struggling with alcohol in their 20s, I'm like, I should probably not do it because I might like it. I got a Red Bull flavored grape biatch. Yeah, it's bad, man. You like meth and Xanax? Why? Mathematical. Chat, when was the last time you guys went to the club? Have any of you guys been to the club recently? I'm 17. MOS sober from booze. 17 months sober from booze. Good for you, man. Chad, the best way to repair the damaged brain cells and damaged dysfunctional genetics in your body is fasting, sunlight, and probiotics, which triggers ketosis, autophagy, and neurogenesis. Then you take cold showers to bring the past your blood-brain barrier and start to clear out all the toxic gunk up there. And all of you will have fucking panic attacks with self-awareness, and now you will know my pain. Be a Jew. I don't think it's that easy, man. Don't you have to get raped by Diddy at a white shirt party or something? Super Senior Live Cam. I had an IQ of 145 when I was 14. And I could get back to it. It's just like flipping a light switch. But I have a lot of trauma, man. But today a bunch of Christians told me that I was stronger than they said I'm way stronger than they are. Which was pretty cool. Because everybody was out there, everybody was standing around outside freezing. And I was standing there like, wasn't a big deal. Good luck, dude. Look on Indeed. What makes y'all think I don't have a job, man? Everyone got trauma? Yeah, but I'm not everybody, man. I'm me. You know? Anyone send you some pity money? I don't know. I think it's just money, man. I don't think it's pity. Casey, do you have any way to receive U.S. mail? Yeah. I've been waiting on a slingshot for a while. Was I raped as a child? I grew up completely alone in isolation on top of a mountain in an abandoned ski resort, and I had a really nice house. And then, because my dad was a ski instructor for very wealthy people, and then a bunch of inbred yokel, Jew cattle, whatever, were jealous because my dad was good looking, really good what he did. Everyone called him the legend, and he was really funny. Really, my uncle said my dad always had a way with women. Like women would just gravitate around him. He's a Leo. Even when my dad's 73 now, the last time I saw him, he had a 24-year-old girl just kind of hanging out in his fucking motel room. And then he called me once and said that he danced with a lesbian couple at a bar, but fucking they burned it all down, and then he moved into an abandoned ski resort in a ski chalet at the end of this dirt road opposite an abandoned ski resort, and I would go there sometimes, and then a bunch of corrupt cops pulled him over on one of my first visits with my dad when I was 9, and he used his blinker. Cop flew by going probably like 100, and then pulled him over and said my dad didn't use his blinker, and then the cop grabbed his gun, tried to reach in and take the keys out, and then my dad was like, what the fuck? rolled the window up, floored it in reverse, and then all of a sudden all the lights go on and there was 6 cops waiting for my dad outside the property. And then he whooped them. My dad whooped their ass, man. But they had qualified immunity and tasers and mace. So then they ripped me out of the car, and my shoulder still hurts sometimes from it. I think they dislocated my shoulder, and I just live with it. I was like, it just is what it is now. And then made me watch. They held us both up like crucified position and made me watch. And I had pepper spray from the rain bouncing off his shit onto my face. And then my dad couldn't function anymore, so we lost everything. And then he tried to kill me. He did try to kill me, I'm not gonna lie. And then I became homeless as a child. So my dad is rich. No, but he had a lot of really good opportunities. Like, he didn't own that ski chalet. He was house sitting for the boat captain for one of these elite families that are supposedly reptiles. And before that, I think it was a joint effort from my grandmother and my uncle, maybe, and him to get that triplex and 4-story barn. And I say 40 cabins because I remember seeing 34, but I'm thinking that might have been 3 and 4. Because now that I think about it, I think we only had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I think we had 20 cabins. Do I like Pedo Trump? I think Trump, that's not even his name. It's just an ancient cult. And the way that they used to send messages to each other was through literature. So Nikola Tesla's neighbor wrote a book called Baron Trump, the Last President. And then we distribute that through a Jewish publisher is how they would send messages to their vast organization of network of Saturnists. Trump is just an actor. I don't have an opinion on Trump because he's not a real person. They're playing pretend. They were cast in that role from their bloodline. So Trump's grandfather, who was a Nazi, came over and joined the club. So they're like, okay, we will give your son this role, and he will have riches and great wealth and stuff, and he will do the rituals and bring the world to this place that we've been trying to get it for thousands and thousands of years. Once the whites have been our slaves long enough, and we raped them all, and mind-flayed them, and possessed them to be our little negative demonic cattle, lemmings, and they've raped the world of resources, we will put them all into technology and build the Antichrist or the false light. And you can find Tucker Carlson flat out telling you that on his podcast. I went into state care when I was also 14, and I got out 4 years later when I was 18. And before that, my mom had given me up a couple times because I wouldn't go to school. But always top up when I did do my work, I would tell him in the last quarter, give me 3/4 worth of work, lock me in ISS, and just stack up the papers, and I'll just bang it all out. And I would ace all the tests, 100% top of my class. 145 IQ when I was 14. And then I had a brain injury when I was 19. After I went mad with power after learning pickup artistry and became a sex addict and ran through 30 bad bitches in a year, cheating on my girlfriend. It is what it is, man. It's been like 7 years, almost 8 years. It is what it is. Too smart for your own good. I think I would have been really smart, but I didn't care. I cared about what I cared about. And I came from, when I tell you I grew up in complete isolation, I mean I grew up in complete isolation by myself. Like my parents, my mom was checked out in her own world in La La Land in Section 8. Never spoke to her really. And my dad and I, we would hang out sometimes. We'd play video games. We'd build Legos all the time. And he had a boat. But then eventually we didn't really speak. And then I spent most of my time just running around by myself in an abandoned ski resort by myself. I'm also an only child. I do have a sister, and she has an African name just like me. And but she lives in Alaska, and she has two. My nieces are mixed. They're black, and I think they live in Arizona, and she lives in Anchorage or something. What happened to your brain? I drove 90 miles an hour into a telephone pole and the airbag didn't go off, and everything was completely fine, but they assumed I was bipolar because of the suicide attempt. They have since taken that diagnosis off, but they have put me on lithium. When I took lithium, that fucked me up. Because I was taking lithium and I was drinking a lot for a couple weeks, and something broke, and then I like regressed to a child. I couldn't form words. I had sleep paralysis. I'd wake up and I'd have sleep paralysis sometimes for 12 hours, 90-degree weather, and I'm freezing cold to the touch, like I'm being mind flayed. And I'd have to fight really hard because I thought I had a brain injury. I couldn't speak. Like I'd go to form words and I couldn't speak. I'd try to remember things and I couldn't. It was like I got locked out. I just couldn't function, and my girlfriend had carried me around like a vegetable. Like I would black out, and then 20 minutes later, I'm outside in the middle of the rain crying in a field, and my girlfriend is grabbing me by the hand and leading me back up into the shelter. But I walked 10 miles on the track. I read a bunch of books. I wrote. I sat in my music studio in my Section 8 apartment for months and months and months, and then I started taking greyhounds across the country trying to save the world. I went to a neuroscientist that I saw on Instagram. I went to her office in Arizona, and she called the cops on me, and then she found my Instagram and called me crying 20 minutes after, saying that her ego had gotten too big because of all of her followers, and that just the way that that experience happened was extremely moving for her. So she gave me $1,000 worth of medication for the brain injury and this big book on how to fix everything. So I did, and now my brain is fine. But a lot of trauma has happened in those 8 years, man. Ursula's son committed suicide a few days after turning 25. I'm sorry to hear that, man. I'm sorry to hear that, man. Corn. I was a valedictorian too, and look at me now, homeless, recovering addict, and alky, haha. I also had a TBI. Well, fasting, sunlight, probiotics, ketosis, autophagy, neurogenesis, getting as much sunlight as possible, going back through your memories and reverting back to an earlier model by compounding as many memories as you can to rebuild what was taken from you. I'm getting gaslighted and poisoned by my parents, 43 years old, and they treat me like a teenager. Well, do you live? You live in their house, right? You live with your parents? Damn, I'm sorry, Pure Water. I don't know if my ex aborted the baby or miscarried very late term, but that's the closest I had. And I lost my little brother. You live in your own house on their property. Hey, is it true? I don't know. That real homies kiss with tongue. I fucked my friends, but I didn't kiss her. Because her boyfriend was asleep next to her, who was also my friend. Trauma dump side of YouTube Live just got done with the conspiracy theory side. Wonder what's next. Man, I don't get it, man. I be watching these homeless live streamers and nobody's talking shit in them. Oh no, that friend was a piece of shit to me through and through. I got that guy a job. I got him his first job. I got him motivated to work out. I got him motivated to get his GED and all that shit. And he was just a narcissist, man. Just listening to make your ears ring. I'm from the Pleroma. Lithium just makes your body feel dull, and it feels like your soul is made of stardust, and when you take lithium it just dissolves the star, and then you're just nothing. It's like they wipe you, and you're just gone, and it never comes back. How I was before lithium, I've never come back from that. I don't think I had a brain injury from the car. I think that taking lithium for just a few times ruined me, man. I wasn't fucked up until after I took lithium. And it just so happens that we're made of stardust, and when you put lithium into a star, it supernovas forever and destroys itself. Am I near Pennsylvania? I'm 5 hours north, and no, I'm 7 hours north of New York City. 7 or 8 hours north of New York City. I'm at the Canada border. But you can take lithium. I was prescribed because I had a suicide attempt. And then I stopped taking it, and I felt much better. Not crazy or anything. I don't think I'm bipolar. Niagara Falls. No, I'm not in New York. I'm in New England. I'm further east. Yeah, my ex's dad was like a high level member of the Latin Kings. And the first time I met him, I was on lithium. So he was pissed. He thought I was a retard. And he fucking punched me in the face. And I like just, he punched me in the face. And I didn't even move. And then she fucking tackled him and pushed him into the other room, trying to defend me. And I was just out of it. So then the next day I walk up into the apartment of the girl he's staying with. And I'm just like, hey man, I'm on medication. This is not me. I would like to put her in college. And I think he really respected that. You never been stateside myself, but seems things rough for you guys over there. Everyone's crazy, entitled, possessed by the mind flayer. Constant programming of whites, so they get extremely aggressive, and then they get extremely psychotic, and then they just slowly are driving them into different states of control, programming them through their feed because they see them as cattle. So it's pretty hard when everyone here is fucking schizophrenic. When did Elon get long hair? I don't know. Listen off a cop. Go through hell with heaven on top. It's too cold to play the guitar, the strings will break. Latin Kings were my mortal enemy. I was a Simon City Royal. I don't know any of that shit, man. I'm a woodland creature. I'm like half alien. Oh, I was gonna do my song for you, but then an alien said they don't deserve it. Why were y'all enemies, man? They made you enemies through psyops, man. They made gang culture to stop minorities from grouping together into a majority. That's all it was. I'm fucking freezing. I'm fucking freezing. Fucking freezing. Meow meow. Meow 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 What up, guys? Am I up to date on chat? Is this what we're talking about? Yeah, the government strategically withheld information from us to keep us from accessing states of consciousness where common sense and critical thinking is possible. Because it's a pyramid scheme. And part of that pyramid is intelligence, so they keep you all at the bottom level. And they monopolize the top. And you can only get there with their way. Because they structured you all into a box by birth. When you leave and become a homeless person, it's horrible. It sucks. It sucks. But eventually, out in the woods, suffering alone, starving, it all dissolves, and then you can connect to God. And then you look around and see everyone's a literal puppet to some type of mind flayer demonic force. Well, if the whites would behave differently, I wouldn't hate them. They used to put me on all those watch lists and take pictures of me, stalk me. Gang stalking's definitely real. Cosmic Vision, I thought I blocked you, man. Pretty much was always too smart for them. Cool.
Meow.
I'm gonna have to do this shit alone, man. Chat, does Peru get snow? Does it snow in Colombia? Does it snow in Brazil? I'm getting cold. I'm gonna hide under my blankets. Yeah. 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 I'll put you maybe over here. I'll put you down like this. There you go. Then I'll take the light and I'll put it right here. Right there. And then this blanket goes here. The vape goes here. This is the over blanket. That goes over there. This goes down like so. God. My spirit guides are a bunch of shit talkers. Alright. Okay. Then this, then this, then this, then this, then this. Okay. That should be fine. Okay. I don't think anyone's gonna bother me tomorrow. I'm trying to find a place to rest, but I can't. There's no place where the energy is good. Okay, now I lay back. And this is fine. And then kick my feet to spread the blankets. Because if there's any holes, that cold gets in real quick. Okay. Then this. Then this. Then this. Okay. Now I put the camera. I tighten it like that. Then Chile and Peru have snow year round. Fuck that noise. There's no. Oh, maybe I could put you up here. What? What? Okay. Maybe I can clip this on like a hat clip. Ah, that don't work. I don't know. What up? I'll probably die in a couple of days when it hits negative 45. It's going to be negative 45 on Saturday. So, it is what it is. Whoa, 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 whoa. What state am I in? Agony. Pissing off. I'm out. Chat, y'all cracking Cardi B or what? I don't think she's that hot. Yeah, and then hey, look at my cool. Is this what cool people wear? Yum, 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 yum. Where's my vape? I need it. I need it. I don't know what I'm going to do when these vapes die. Probably going to panic. 6, 7. Cool or cold? Both. How you holding up, bro? I'm alright. Shadow Boxer 33. I'm chilling. I hope I have enough to replace my wheel bearing tomorrow. I'm gonna have to figure that out. Because fucking, I locked my Cash App card, and then Google Play took $14 out of it. So I'm pissed. I came all this way to fix my wheel bearing on my car, and then it just took, Google took the money out. I thought that I had unsubscribed from YouTube Premium. So I'm pissed. Can you crank up for heat? I don't know what that means. Chat, I want a blonde woman. That's all I think about lately. I want a curvy, fit, blonde woman. They can cook me a pie or something. It's them against us. Who's them? That Saturn worshipping cult? Yeah. Isn't your wheel about to fall off? Yeah. It be wobbling, man. It be fucking wobbling. My wheel bearing's gonna fucking fall off. So I got a guy that will do it for $280, which I heard is a steal. You homeless, brother? Yeah. I've been homeless since I was 14 years old, man. My blonde ex was the happiest I've ever been. Yeah. I've never been with a blonde woman. I've been with everyone but Asian. Everyone but Asian and blonde woman. Could crank the car up for heat. Nah, I don't got the money for gas, brother. But it ain't that bad. It ain't that bad. I miss my mom. I miss my dad. I miss my house. And what we had, it ain't that bad. 'Cause I still have it all in here, and I can go back any time that I feel sad. I miss your smile, the way you laugh, I miss your eyes. And what we had, it ain't that bad. 'Cause you moved on, but in my heart, you're laying with me. But you're all gone, I'm still around, wandering anywhere but my hometown. I'm scared to see what they built on what burns down. You're all here in my memories. I keep like an old 8-track of classic CDs. I play when I lay back and fall to pieces, terrified of what I can't see. I'm on a hill next to a tree, staring out at the bittersweet, the ghosts of you and what I couldn't do, a symphony. I miss my mom, I miss my dad, I miss my house, and what we had, it ain't that bad. Chat, I'm getting sick. Where's my vape? I need it. I need it. Chat, I need it. No foster home wants a teenager. On top of a mountain in Bogota, Colombia, it snows and it's colder than Massachusetts. Well, then why their bitches so bad? How come those bitches don't look like cave monkeys if it's so goddamn cold out there? I want a Latina. I want a Latina. Creamy peanut butter. Creamy peanut butter. Creamy Latina. Okay. Chat, I moved to the dark side. I'm like Dark Hermit tonight, chat. Somebody touching my spaghetti. It was Iwin. You touching my spaghetti. We don't like your kind round these parts. That's how they treat me. I was fucking using a microwave, and some fat bitch walks up and says, "You are not allowed to do that." And I was like, I mean, you just told me I could do that. I asked you if I could use your microwave. And then she huffed and puffed and threw a temper tantrum next to me. The darkness has arrived. Let's hug all. I don't look at black people and see monkeys or inferior genetics. I look at white people and see monkeys with inferior genetics. It was the biggest psyop of all. Sometimes I look at black people and I see lizards. Sarah Safari looks like a lizard to me. I look at Sarah Safari and I'm like, that's a lizard. Casey can use my microwave anytime. Humans logged into like Sims via intra-body communication, wireless body area networks. I've been thinking about that recently. How about Chinese? I think once I get rid of this neck tattoo, my mom won't be able to spiritually rape me anymore. Are you in a double R? Stars in the ceiling? I'm in the back of an SUV in the middle of winter. Chinese are like fruit bat. I don't know why they evolved genetically to not have strong jawlines. But maybe they do, and I just don't know. I think AI really tries to keep us from the realization that China is more advanced than us in everything. It's free range or bust. I think anatomy, science, biology, technology. Yeah. I think every race might be a different substrate of alien genetics, and we are just in a reality TV show, and our consciousness is like a live stream channel for these interdimensional entities that influence us through super chats and like Hunger Games sponsors. I never see Chinese people in jail or in trouble. How come? Because they're ninjas. You don't see them because they're hiding. They are upside down in the corner. So when you look in the cell, you don't see them, but really they are up in the corner of the ceiling. They get in car accidents, that for sure. I'm imagining like, black people. They say black people run into the Apple store and just swipe all the iPhones. You don't see the Chinese person swipe the iPhone because he does the jutsu. He swipes it, goes, hey, and then he's just gone. All you hear is like a shing. And then you're like, fuck, the iPod's been replaced with a block of wood. I drive a Toyota. That's really funny. You you see like a 40-year-old Asian man with like the fush, what's it called, the goatee, and he's like in a the robe, and he's got like this cool hat, and he's just like inspecting an iPhone, and then you blink, and then he's gone and has been replaced with a block of wood that falls, a floating block of wood. Chat, did you guys see when JD fuck you? Did you see when JD Vance told Nick Fuentes to eat shit because of what he said about his Indian wife? And Nick Fuentes says, what a nice guy, JD Vance, inviting me to a traditional Indian dinner." I think India's like Wakanda. They make you think that they're raping tourists and eating shit, but really, it's Wakanda over there. Thomas Brown is Indian. It's not going to get better in our lifetimes. We might as well have jokes. When did that happen? Recently. Jodie Walter sounds like a white woman over the age of 55. Indian women are beautiful. Yeah, they are. Chat. The only good-looking white woman England has ever produced is Millie Bobby Brown, and she looks like fucking Wallace from Wallace and Gromit. Was Haley Atwell British? Hayley Atwell was a bad bitch. Usually you find that you're like, that's an amazingly attractive white woman, and then you're like, fuck, she's Irish. She was Irish the whole time. Cringe. Arcados the Mighty says, ooh, racism, I love it. Now my turn. Crosses arms with a sly grin. Now my turn. Puts up the fishing sunglasses. Grips the steering wheel harder. As long as they don't ask you for CVS gift card. Arcados the Mighty has nothing. Man, call white people inbred Jew cattle lemmings. Cave monkeys. Possessed by the mind flayer. Trapped at the bottom of the pyramid. Chat, I opened a Facebook comment section and all I see are ugly white dudes getting raped by Uncle Sam and bitching at everybody else for not getting in on the action. A lot of whites walk around with Uncle Sam's dick in their ass, mad that nobody else has Uncle Sam's dick in their ass. Opening up a Facebook comment section right now is like walking into a room and a bunch of ugly whites have Uncle Sam raping them and they're bitching at everybody else, walking down the street having fun. Uncle Sam tries to rape me and it don't work. Sorry, I'm anointed by the Most High. You heard me? Hey. Chat, eventually I could do Omegle streams. You know how fast I would blow up with the shit that I say clipped on Omegle? Metamaterial synthetic biology is turning people more synthetic than biological. Yes, and they control them remotely through artificial intelligence. Northern Ireland and Scotland. Chosen people, man. The true Israelites. That's Uncle Slam, not Sam. Transracial, nice. You think you're slick. You think you're smart, you ain't. Yup. They do be controlling all of us. I haven't felt real since 2018, man. Because your hole is already gaped. I'll have you know it's not. Bat bitcha. You look bad in your profile picture. How they, the real Israelites, the Irish and the Scottish, are a breakaway culture that escaped the ancient Saturn worshipping cult. They are the native Europeans. The Native Americans are the ancient Egyptians, and that's why if you look inside the Great Pyramids, you can see lighter-skinned people with the eyes of Horus that have one feather on their head and then feathers on their arms, and they wear tight dresses, and they're not thick like African women. And they wear beads around their neck. And what culture practices this to this day? The shit you see in the pyramids, what people on earth are practicing what's on the pyramids? The Crow people, the Absolute, the children of the Thunderbird, and the Cree people. The Crow and the Cree are the ancient Egyptians, and the true Israelites are the remnant genetics of the native Europeans, who are mainly now the Irish, who fucked the world in a good way. And now all of us are a little bit Irish. So the true Israelites are not the Jews hiding in the desert, blowing people up, making everybody mad at them, thinking that the prophecy will be fulfilled when the world comes against them and they will reign as the rulers of the earth. It's actually the dormant epigenetics in all of us fighting to wake up and rise into the God Christ consciousness frequency of the age of Aquarius. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? You picking up what I'm putting down, guys? Come on, get with the program. I've got snot in my nose, and I got no way to blow my nose. Wait, I think I might actually. Yeah. What's in this? What could it be? Hey, it's a toothbrush and some M&Ms. What about over here? Is this where my liking jar? I have fucking thermal leggings I don't wear because they're smelly. I haven't done my laundry. I don't. Meow, 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 meow. You heard? I know you heard me. Man, I'm just gonna blow my nose into this blanket. I'm about ready to. Chat, I'm not going all the way up there just to blow my nose. I'm gonna blow my nose in my hoodie and I'm gonna wash it at some later date. On God, call ice. There's a lot of ice on my window. Stem cells in the skin are released with goosebumps. I don't know about whatever that you're speaking. I don't know what you in the meaning. Oh, where's my vape? It's in my hand. My feet are cold, guys. My fucking feet are freezing. My fucking feet are freezing. You're not doing any of that, right? Any of what? Holy fuck. The Renee Good thing wasn't real. Trump looked at the camera and he said, I think they're all paid agitators. All of them are paid agitators. Renee Good and fucking Jonathan Ross are paid agitators. It wasn't real. And we all saw the pedestrian footage when it was first released of the ICE officer completely a foot away from the vehicle and still trying to step in front of the vehicle and popping her in the face, which aligns to the angle of the fucking hole. But AI videos blew up and they found the best one possible that shows him getting hit by a car. He didn't get hit by a car. We all saw it when it first came out. It's not real. Also, being a law enforcement officer is not a two-way street. Fucking around and finding out isn't real. It's a one-way street because you're better than them, right? So when they treat you like that, they obviously have something wrong with them and you have a moral responsibility to uphold a standard of good and set an example. If the example you want to set is violence, don't be mad when a crossbow bolt goes through your child's face getting off the school bus. Fucking around and finding out is an endless cycle of death. If I was that law enforcement officer, I would have taken that as an opportunity to represent my people. You know what I'm saying? I would have been like, hey, I know what you're doing is you think is righteous because you think you're standing up to a fascist bully. But what I'm trying to tell you is look what we're about to do. And I'm going to stay here with you while my group of people go to handle this thing. The best thing you can do in this situation is back up to let these people in traffic safely continue on with their day and not put anybody in danger. And I will personally risk my life with people that I know could possibly get angry at my uniform and try to kill me to have a conversation with you about my perspective and what I'm trying to do because I also believe that I'm doing something righteous and good as you are. I respect what you're trying to do by blocking traffic and standing up to us, but you're putting a lot of people in danger and it's not the right way to do it. So to protect you, me, and I'm sure you have children, right? Let's get out of this situation. And then if you'd like to arrest her then, if she immediately backs up and she changes and everything works, then I would be fine not charging her. But if she does it again, then I would still do that, but then I'd just have my partner block her car. I'd rather she destroy a vehicle than get anybody hurt. They're not left or right, they're white. Inbred Jew cattle. Brainwashed, programmed, cave monkey lemmings. That they ran out of people to attack, so the government just has them attacking each other all day while they rape their children on an island. Who gives a fuck? You park in the middle of the road, it's a traffic stop, you get a ticket. Also, just to address it one last time, ICE, our law enforcement is trained in de-escalation. They purposefully escalated to incite an emotional and impulsive response, and he positioned himself in front of the vehicle because he had already positioned himself in front of two other vehicles to take advantage of a loophole in Minnesota, which is if the driver moves and you're in fear of your life, you can kill them. He actively put himself in situations where his partners would try to instigate an emotional, impulsive response by physically, violently escalating in a way that obviously wouldn't get her. You're not going to rip somebody out of the car while she's in a running car and you get three people to try to just grab at her. No, you're trying to get her to drive. While the other guy, you've already clocked him, you've already seen him move in front of the vehicle. You know that's the operation they're doing. They're trying to get her to be fearful and to drive so that the guy in front of the vehicle who look at that accuracy, man. He pulled it up and popped her so quick. He had his gun out already. And he was holding the camera knowing he was going to get away with it. That's a murder. It's called coercion and entrapment. They purposefully escalated to drive her into a state of fear, hoping for an emotional reaction. And when she did the emotional reaction they were looking for, they were already in position to exploit that loophole to murder her. But Trump said all of them were paid agitators. Everyone in that interaction was paid to do that. And look what happened. Now we have cops going to war against ICE, which is how they will strip away the rights to impose martial law to turn us into prisoners. Ugh. And that's that, man. The plow is here. I don't know how to fix it. I think they're hoping that the whites just kill each other. And I'm all for it. Just leave me alone. Leave the Irish alone, man. Leave the Irish, the natives, and the freed slaves alone. That's how it comes full circle. You invented trespassing to kill Irish, freed slave, and native people that were building their own towns as American citizens. Now let colonialism eat itself, and then we can just own the world. Like is prophesized. What time is it? Like 3 in the morning? Yeah, it's 3:30. Oh fuck, my phone's at 1%. I'm cold, man. Any other questions? It's cold. It's snowing too. You ever good in America, come live in the UK? No, you guys have to chew wood to stop your teeth from growing. Why would I go to ground zero for the inbred whites? Bro, you staying in the car? Yeah, I got a car 2 weeks ago, and before that I was in a tent. Is that your Cash App pinned? Yeah, that is my Cash App. I'm saving up to replace a wheel bearing. I need 280, and I'm at like 260. So I drove up here and then fucking I might be able to get a refund for something bad. I'll send you what I have left on my Cash App. Appreciate it, man. When people donate, if they tell me spend here's $50, go buy machetes and distribute it to crackheads, I'll go do it. If you send money with a reason for it, I'll honor that. How are you, Casey? Is it cold? Yeah, man. Check this out. It's fucking frozen outside. I'm like a mile from the Canadian border. Also, strangely, all the people of color that lived here are gone. There used to be a lot of them here. Now they're all gone. Are you actually homeless, Victator? I've been homeless since I was 14 years old. What state? Michigan, Montana. I'm in New England. Not the case in Michigan. I don't know. Time is something only experienced while conscious. Yeah, it's gonna be negative 45 on Saturday. We're getting some like Arctic wind or something. Where the high of the day will be negative 11 degrees. And I don't know how I'm gonna do it. There's nowhere to go. The government stopped helping homeless people. So a lot of people are gonna freeze to death. I'm gonna have to call every homeless program in the state and figure out what we can do. It's fucking freezing, man. It was negative 65 last year, and I made it. I barely made it, but I made it. I had a 105 fever. Eventually, I couldn't do it anymore, and I brought my Tractor Supply wagon I lived in with a tarp over it outside a homeless program. And Guadalupe, your name's Guadalupe Hernandez? Holy shit. That's a cool name. 6'7". 6'7". I've thought about getting out of the state, but where would I go, man? In my state, I find a lot of homeless refugees from different states that come here because it's really bad everywhere else. This is sort of the last frontier for human decency. It's just there's so many whites. A large percentage of them are fucked up mentally. Not sure how it works, but you might have a small tip. I don't know what that means. You're still in your car. Where else would I be, man? Tell me what's going on, Bree. I'm chilling. I have like a halo. I've like radiated. I radiated heat to the outside. And now I have a halo. I'm chilling, man. It's like 3:30 in the morning. I couldn't sleep, probably from the nicotine. I'm white. No, I'm Irish. Irish people have never been white. Have you cousins to ask for help and a place to douse down through these cold nights? I'm in New Zealand, I'm feeling for you, man. I love my hot water bottle in winter. Yeah, I don't have any family. Then what are you? I'm Irish, man. I'm Irish, native, and African, and Romanian. No family, man. I was spawned from the heavens. William Connolly lives in Texas, been homeless a year, getting into an apartment in a couple days, actually. It's income based. One guy was living there with no job, pretty sure he had no rent, just electricity. That seems like a sweet deal, man. Good on you. When I look at videos of Texas, I see a bunch of people walking around city streets and nobody's talking to each other. What kind of native? I don't know. I don't know my family. But I was told Crow, Seneca, Iroquois, Mohawk, Cree, and then Inuit. That's how it came down from Inuit and then came over from this and met up and then came down and got with the Irish. And then my dad's side, I was told Irish and African. My great grandfather was from Ireland and he was really good in the war. I'm pretty sure he was a high level Freemason. Because when cars were first invented, people would show up to pick up my grandfather and take him all the way across the country. My great grandfather. Well, how you know you're native? Because my mama told me that my grandpa told her, and then I found out by living with natives and seeing that our skin tone was the same. And they showed me pictures of how to identify different natives by their facial features and showed me mine. And a bunch of really spiritual experiences out in the woods and stuff like I have a dream. I mean, one of these is like I have a dream. I've had this reoccurring dream for a long time where skeletons wearing war bonnets are forcing a war bonnet on my head and it really hurts, while a bunch of like Celtic barbarians are like stick and poke tattooing me blue and spirals on my arm. And I didn't know that when I was younger that Celts put blue tattoos, and I didn't know anything about war bonnets. I was just like, this is a really weird, reoccurring dream to have. Why is it so painful to cement this war bonnet on my head? And then my life became horrible, horrible suffering alone. But then I'd have dreams where the natives, skeletons, and the war bonnets tell me that they're going to give me a gift because I'd activated my dormant native genetics and I've learned the spiritual teachings and I'm ready for the gifts. And then I go on a walk and then I hear the same thing that I heard in my dream go, stop. And then I feel called to look at this box and it's labeled free. And then I open the box and then this was there. Am I applying to jobs? I've applied to a few jobs. It's not to get an apartment or a house. That's not the goal. The goal isn't to be like you guys. It isn't to be like what people expect me to be. It's to get a shit ton of money in savings. Because God has given me these crazy opportunities. For like a couple weeks, I've been talking about how I really want a piece of land that I could put my cabin tent, my tent stove, my pull up and dip bar, my bench press, my punching bag, and make music and grow from there, grind it out, probably have a job, and set up a sanctuary for homeless for a one at a time situation. And then I'm talking to a deacon of a church by this river. And then a random man walks up to us and he goes, "Hey, I'm a surgeon from Alabama. And it's just been heavy on my heart that I really want to try to find a place of land to put, and I only want to do one homeless person. And I'm trying to find, the right fit." And that happened yesterday. I'm not going to do it the way that you guys tell me to do it. It has nothing to do with you guys, and it has nothing to do with any of this stuff. What I do in my daily life does not involve you guys. You know what I'm saying? God has a plan for me, and he's actively working in my life every moment. I've seen so much stuff that no one would understand. Meow. Meow. Hello everybody, my name is Markiplier, and today we're playing Amnesia. Today we're playing Clean the Smegma. Good, fuck your dog. I'm glad it's dead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. Sam says, sing us a song. I'm sick, man. Well, I hear voices in my head. It gets worse when I get out of bed. And I don't trust that I'll find a love who understands. So leave me be and let me smoke my cigarettes. 'Cause deep inside I'd rather be dead. 'Cause I make choices that lead to dead ends, led by a mind afraid of itself. And I just can't find no one who can look at me with respect. 'Cause the cops gave me trauma and the crows ate the rest. And I don't know how to be human again, so don't talk to me 'cause I'm tired of pretending all good things should end. All these voices in my head get so beautiful you couldn't comprehend. And they tell me one day you'll see me somewhere way out there with the best. And you'll all come back and want to be my friend, but for now I'm a monster that haunts at 3 a.m. Well, it's been hard to catch my breath, running from knowing I won't see you again. But sometimes something somewhere way out there tells me just to be grateful for the simple little moments we spend. Maybe it's better that you're a voice in my head. Boy, the voice of an angle. Shiva, I can only afford one hard times. Bad bitches says, let me save you, sweetheart. Out here in the wild east, where the leaves change every season, you can drive through on the weekend, sit and drink with some real good mac and cheese. Please be sure to come back for the skiing. We're in the business of making memories. We'll be here if you need us. Just don't stay long after dark. You might get raped by the police. And we won't care unless it plays and sounds nice on our screen, or comes through at the right time, scrolling on our feed. Once that open sign flips over, only God gon' hear your pleas. Out here in the wild, wild east. Out here in the wild east. We don't care about your feelings. Lose yourself or lose your freedom. We'll send you straight to the retreat. We will beat you if you feel good. We got kids who think they're real hood that no one cares to teach. We take pride in being mean. You should see how the tourists treat us. So hold your pain and hide them stains, or we'll ask you to leave. And we won't let you in for heat. Drive by laughing as you freeze. 'Cause we all know it's your fault the rich men bleed us. And we won't never be there with you neither, 'cause we still believe in Jesus. So if you make it to the morning, shut your mouth and say the fuck far from those leaf peepers. Anywhere where we don't see you. We don't care what's in your veins. Who you were before who you became. Play a role or play it safe. 'Cause if we don't put on a good show, then we'll have to hunt to eat out here in the wicked wild east. The world's toilet and great escape, where our problems hide in closets until it's your turn to get raped. I'd help you all, but where were you when they left me in the rain and locked me in a cage, took away my brain, took away my name, paraded me around possessed and put me on display? I lost everything but the legends in my DNA that when I try to give up get me enraged and I get back up, rampaging through the trauma they engraved. I will see you in the forest. You won't see me till it's too late. So while you're out there drinking, enjoy how it all tastes. I am something ancient. I've been through more wars than you could name. I watched you when I waited, picking needles way up haystack. I had a mountain to myself before the rich men north of Richmond came. Building Legos with the legend in a Labrador, way out there in nature. I let you think I'm crazy and find creative ways to hate me. I found it entertaining. I couldn't find a therapist who'd stay. I was too good at playing games. Your pride and your selfish ways cause you to make mistakes. I have a list you know you made and an army in the shade of the acacia with a plan for the escape. You'll be somewhere under waves of crackheads and hurricanes, and I'll be with them foreign girls who love to feed me grapes. I only came to break my people from their chains, tell jokes, and get laid, and make my name last as long as my last name. Wake up. The one you left to die, the only one left standing. Love you don't deserve to understand. The tree of life, the golden spiral, grown from an abandoned orphan child, alien, indigenous, and Irish, who gave everything he had to help the ones he met along the way. He died, wandering alone, fighting to save the lives of those who ostracized him. Only the forest heard his cries. But somewhere deep a green heart writhes, glowing, growing. That caring soul survived, and now he's in the air you breathe, thriving. Bittersweet parasites. But the blood is on your hands. One day you'll lose your mind, come to your senses, and look through that horizon and see it's always been exactly as I've planned. I'm those iridescent lights, blinking billions of eyes. Everything you think you know's a lie. I am vigilance incarnate, the first and last wildfire. You're all my favorite albums. I'm the case you live inside. I still take you out and play you as I drive. Flying down these dirt roads with a bear cub and a peregrine, my heroine beside. The greatest gift this world created is the illusion of goodbye. You're either with me or you will be cast aside. Either way, you are all going to die. And I'll wake up fine when it's time to do it all again. From now until forever, I'm Chaos of Francois O'Brien. And that heroine has an E at the end. And it's funny because I posted that on Facebook and nobody liked it, and then 6 months later my little brother fell and froze to death on the main street, crawling for help, and he had his hood up, and people assumed, I think, that's what I was told, is that people assumed he was homeless, so they let him die. It was really funny. I wrote a poem about how this place sucks. And we won't let you in for heat. Drive by laughing as you freeze. 'Cause we all know it's your fault the rich men bleed us. If we don't like you any reason, you're most likely food for trees. We will find out where you sleep, and they won't find you anywhere until you're evergreen. And we won't let you in for heat. Drive by laughing as you freeze. 'Cause we all know it's your fault the rich men bleed us. And we won't never be there with you neither, 'cause we still believe in Jesus. So if you make it to the morning, shut your mouth and stay the fuck far from those leaf peepers. Anywhere where we don't see you. We don't care what's in your veins, who you were before who you became. Play a role or play it safe. 'Cause if we don't put on a good show, then we'll have to hunt to eat out here in the wicked wild east. The world's toilet in Great Escape, where our problems hide in closets until it's your turn to get raped. I miss my mom, I miss my dad, I miss my house, and what we had, it ain't that bad. I have other songs, man. Well, the cops. Should I do that one? I feel like if I keep doing it, it'll get old. Well, the cops and the cunts and the creeps and the crows all want the same thing, to rip and tear at your soul. So before the morning comes, something else can come and try and grab a hold and take control, and now they own you. Oh, when I was just a boy, they all told me I was blessed, and something about me means I'm meant for success. Now they all talk shit behind my back, put a target, told the town I'm hooked on crack and that I'm messed up in the head. I need meds because I don't want to work a stupid fucking job and pretend I have a boss. Well, I grew up poor in a ski resort town where we all made money by eliminating frowns, and I think it's kind of funny how these whites are so proud, but when the rich men come around, they all keep their head down and submit just like a dog. Oh, when I can't get to sleep, I think of old folks' homes where those spiteful little bullies cry until they die alone, 'cause the world they built by beating others only did them wrong, 'cause no one taught them how to love. And I hope that they see me on my Indian Scout. I take their little girls on a ride around town. And they have to bitch to God 'cause the nurse don't care to hear them cry about it, 'cause she's on TikTok showing off her butt. And when they're on their deathbed, I hope that they see my face, when whatever tortures me shows them all the love I gave, trying to help them sing and clap along to my broken-hearted song. Say, hey, hey, and before they meet their grave and the good Lord takes them away, I hope the final breath they take is followed by a list of names, and somewhere along the way I get an I'm sorry or an island from their state. And the cops and the cunts and the creeps and the crows will have another friend to follow everywhere I go. And I'm so grateful for 'em, 'cause without 'em, I wouldn't have ever known the value that I hold. What about me's fraudulent, you fucking square? Are you a pervert or what? Dude, I used to battle rap all the time. I was good at it too. I can make girls feel things that you can't. I don't need my belt strap to prove I wear the pants. I don't need a posse or applause just to prove that I'm the man. God gave me brain damage just so y'all could have a chance. White pride is based on raping the indigenous. White pride is based on raping the indigenous. They used to have to steal them from the res. Now they get them in Miami when they legally consent. White pride is based on raping the indigenous. 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 I bet your daughter's on TikTok. I bet your daughter's on TikTok. TikTok, TikTok, TikTok. Time's up. She's old enough. Post one pic of my wristwatch and she's pulling up. Post one pic of my blicky and she's trying to fuck. I knew I was destined for the limelight. I get high and fight back when the time's right. There's no way they could take away my mind sight. 'Cause I came up off Legos and a light break. I'll knock a bitch out like I'm Mike Tyson. I said I'll knock a bitch out like I'm Mike Vick. I got about 1,000 people bumping my shit. Get the fuck off my dick before I cancel you like Christmas. I've been on the front lines for a minute, psychologically killing these bitches. All of my women invested in fitness. I run a business investing in the holy mission and building a kingdom off the grid with no emissions. From Maine out to Oahu, I've been told y'all I could go the distance. I don't give a fuck about the who's who.
All you pussies mad just because she wouldn't choose you. I'm on Mount Olympus shooting lightning like I'm Zeus. I'm the problem and the proof. I tell your pastor what to do. I just designed a stage for crickets, chickens, kale, and spinach solar in a coop. I got soldiers waiting for the signal. Here to Honolulu, I'm a big body, button heads with moose, and don't get it misconstrued. I know exactly what the truth is. I'm just tiptoeing through these truces till I'm tall enough to lift up all the youth. And if I fail, I might just build a zoo. And I don't like that one, but that's the one I say because I'm keeping the ones I'm keeping the good ones to myself. I only say stuff that I wrote in like 2022. I don't post the stuff that I wrote recently because I don't want those to get old if I just keep going. Well, higher powers threw me in the trenches. I had to learn to shoot through all the ranks. Oh, you think you know pain? Eat a fucking Frank. I was riding through my kingdom in a tank. And I got stuck out by the gutter where it stank. But I always had a couple of women waiting for the wank. Bitch, I'm swerving holding sermons in the streets. Get the fuck about my face before I punt you where you planted both your feet. You're all pussy and you're weak. I don't give a fuck about police. And all my ops are salty, sat around and stuck inside a screen. I fucked their bitch in my brother's Kia and then left her by Felice. My whole life is a movie. I hope I make it to the sequel. And I left those groupies in a shed behind Home Depot like we're playing hide and seek. My hometown is gone, bitch. They got fed to the streets. I was fed up with these bitches in New England giving treesh. So now I just keep them round on a leash. I cannot remember the next bar. Holy shit. I literally forgot. It is what it is, man. Yeah, I can't think of any I can't think of my good ones right now. Maybe I'm not supposed to say it. Because usually it's just like right here floating above my head and God is telling me to say it. So if it's not, it could just be the Walmart or the cold or something. Or that I'm sick and I haven't slept in days. But it is what it is. Can't think of your good ones, he says. Yeah, no, I have hundreds of songs, man. Do you do dang food hacks by any chance? I cook a mean burrito. Saute chicken and pineapple with garlic, chili pepper, cumin, and thyme. Salt and pepper. Then sour cream and mozzarella on the tortilla. Saute it in butter till it's crispy. Are you really challenging a person? Who? Are you in your vehicle? Yeah. Yeah, blame it on the rain. There's no rain. In November rain. She done dug herself a ditch and a six-pack drove right in, and now she's in there with a kid. And the strongest work of fiction. I'm a chance at everything, and she's a walking contradiction. Hiding somewhere in that image. I know you love her, and she's everything you want. But brother, she's gone. The sunset over Mount Monadnock. Just me, my old phone, and a dog. The kids are all drunk in their dad's trucks. Angry at the ones who don't have jobs. If I can do these 1,000 push ups, maybe I'll be close to who I was. Before the police beat me senseless and I forgot how to love.
You from Mass? I'm from southern Vermont. Massachusetts was like 5 miles away. What about drink combos? Any good suggestions? I like chocolate chip mead and Mountain Dew. What you like? I didn't really drink much, man. I liked White Russians. Be careful who you fuck with. Dictator, I think you heard me rap and now you're trying real hard to be someone you're not. Can you sing about me? I'm a pastor's daughter. My life is a lie. I only wear black. They think it's for looks, but it's because I'm sad and alone. Why are you sad and alone? Girl, what you doing after this? Come and get a smoothie with a kid. As a matter of fact, I got a bottle of wine back at the crib. You can pull up Lucy's shoes and we can kick it. You can leave your phone in the whip if your man calls. It's just what it is. Don't you know nobody else is doing this? I don't even have to see the shot to know it's switched. So here's my phone. Drop them digits. And we can find a way away from all this bullshit. You know I like to wear the pants. Everyone around us is still stuck inside a trance. So when you get a chance, let's dance. Ooh, I like the way you move. Come real close, get in the groove. I'll take the lead, it's nothing new. What do we really have to lose? You look at me, I look at you. You bite your lip, my room is zooming. Feel the love, it's what we're here to do. My heart, my soul, take my hand, girl. Grab a hold, we can go somewhere remote. Don't nobody have to know. Only us, girl, just us two. Let's escape, forget the world. Open up and lose control. Just sit back and let us flow, 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 flow. In my head, you're in my bed, waiting for the day I wake up scared. You'll tell me it's okay, I'll take you anywhere. I know you hate me, we made mistakes. But if we can just escape somewhere away from all the pain, maybe the memories we make will fill up all the holes we made. But you're gone and that's okay, I'll fold your blanket up and leave it in my safe place. I know they hate me, they think I'm crazy, but they don't understand just what it takes to be out here every single day, isolated and afraid. The angels keep me sane when I'm alone and I'm endangered. Don't worry about me, girl, it's okay, I'm outside, singing in the rain without a safe place. I think I just need sunlight. Meow. Meow 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 meow. Meow 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 meow. I do declare. What up? Meow. How am I doing? I'm alright. Where my girl at? I don't know, man. I gotta go to this gas station, see if that girl's there. I like that girl. She was here 3 years ago. And I went and bought a chocolate milk, and she said, "You like chocolate milk, don't you?" And I said, "I love it." And I don't know if it's racist or not, but I didn't think black women could blush, but she blushed. I did. I knew they could blush. I didn't think I'd be able to see it. But I know for sure you can't out rap battle. I bet you I could.
bitch, you asked your mom for money. I was hopping over fences in the trenches trying to hunt a buck. Spent your last on a tattoo, huh? SMH. What does that even mean, man? No, I'm trying to get this I'm trying to get my tattoos removed, man. I felt like demonic energy ever since I got this one. Like I feel like a dull ache just constantly since I got that one in 2021. I'm trying to get that shit removed. But when I was in Miami, man, everyone liked my neck tat. Can you shout out my brother Mike Haw? Great Eagle. Hey, Dictator, if you send me $50, I'll go into the Walmart and buy a phone. And if you really want to rap battle, we can rap battle. But I'll need another phone. Bad Bitches says she'll kiss my neck tat. Hell yeah. Make Finland great again. Who gives a fuck about Finland? Let's do this shit. You see my Cash App, man. Send me a 50. And I'll go get another phone, mobile hotspot, and we'll do a call. In my Man, should I get a dog? Walmart, great. You send me 50 and I'll make you famous? No. You fucking loser. No. Hey, Ray's here, guys. I'll bless your neck tat. Remove the demonic energy. I need it, man. I got these demons, man. Always trying to fuck with me. Dance off. Dance off to save the universe. Chad, I finally got a toothbrush and toothpaste. I think it's time to lay down, man. I don't know what it is, but I just feel this dull ache, and then meditation got a lot harder since I got this neck tat. Maybe it helps focus the throat chakra. You in the back of a G-Wagon. Any wagon I'm in is a G-Wagon. I spit fire and get aroused by the sound of sirens. You're just not that inspiring. Fee fi fo fum, my fam full of fucking giants, and we're quick to get violent. My main glow, man, you'd think that I saw a stylus. I guess it's in my wiring. And I'm about to go tyrant on all these two-timers. You're gonna feel the fire. Meditation is the reason for the demonic energy. Maybe. Maybe by extending my awareness, I accidentally shed off some natural boundaries that God had put in place. Sort of accidentally biting the apple by raising my awareness to be more conscious of my spirit. But I don't think that's true. I think that's true for people that don't psychotically uncover more truths and a greater understanding of God. It takes a lot of bravery. You gotta, because it really do be that the world comes against you. Like I do have videos of me connecting to God in real time and all the birds surrounding me, and then somebody just charges me and attacks me. The last time I did mushrooms, the forest started calling out to me, and at 3 a.m. the birds all woke up and flew to the tree line, and then I went there and I saw a spirit that was darker than dark, and it was speaking to me in tongues, and then I felt like a channel come through from the heavens, and it was explaining to the animals that eventually we will get to a point where the animals will no longer have to eat each other, and they'll produce food that we like, and we'll produce food that they like, and we can work together in harmony. And that video is on, it's like one of my earliest videos. It's like, it's just a bunch of, it's the IN and a bunch of numbers because that's when you record on your computer how it labels it. I was on acid when I did that, man. I've seen a bunch of shit out in the woods. Getting a greater connection to God feels almost like everyone's in on a joke that they're not even aware of because they're so unconscious that a greater entity is controlling all of them and they don't even realize it. So when you become more aware, that thing controlling everybody becomes aware of you. So people will be like having a normal conversation with you and everything's fine, but they'll be eerily smiling and they don't even realize it. Almost like it's waiting for you to acknowledge it. And then when I do acknowledge it, that's when my life would get really violent. Yo, we just gonna freeze off. Good thing I got the hair, man. GNF lives in the woods. Victator, you're on. How old are you, Victator? Are you 17? You better be below 20 talking like you talk, man. I appreciate it, man. It's very, you're very optimistic, I think. You remind me of my friend Phoenix before he was drugged, raped, and tossed out a window. Hey, what up, King? What up, Bomb Blom Batty Badil? Yo, I have a Discord. I have a Discord for people that want to work on their goals. You trying to make some cheddar? Maybe. Recycle, bro. Recycle what? I do have some cans. Hey, bro, you white back to the front or front to back? Front to back. There's no better feeling than shitting out in the woods, man. I'm telling you. Living in a tent and then waking up, walking to the edge of the forest and taking a shit in the woods. You can't beat it, man. Copper. I knew a group of hobos that would go into abandoned buildings and strip copper, but they weren't good people. Leave me alone, car. What is Discord? Discord is like it's like social media. It's what kids don't even use Snapchat anymore. They all just use Discord. Blah. Winter sucks in the tent though. I loved it. I almost died many times. This is my 4th winter. How do you know that happened? How do I know what happened? Are you good? I'm alright. I'm tired. I'm sick. It's cold. Haven't slept in a while. I think I'm $11 away from being able to get this wheel bearing. Which part of the country are you in? I'm in New England. Dope sick? No, probably Nick sick, if anything. I've been vaping really heavily the past few days. Past 2 weeks, I've been vaping really heavily. You like to sleep in tent and fish? I really think we can do this. Do what? Sleeping in tent ain't bad. It's nice. I'm telling you guys, people shit on my lifestyle so much, but you're gonna be living it. They say you're gonna own nothing and be happy by 2030. That's 4 years away, man. In 4 years, they're gonna distribute the robots. They're just keeping everybody crazy and mad at each other right now so that nobody realizes. Prolonged cold is the bad part. Yeah. I mean, the worst was like I had a 106 fever and it was negative 65 wind chill. But I don't know, man. Being alone, everyone I love is dead. People were trying to kill me for just being homeless out in a rural area and they thought they could get away with it. Starving, drinking river water, hiding in a den, and then I get a nice warm McDonald's meal. I get 2 McDoubles and a Coke, and I hide in the den with a candle lit. It was nice. even hiding in the car, worried that the police are going to hurt me again, and then having to get up and fight through a war zone of crazy, psychotic, internet addicted whites in a very rich town where the rich kids were throwing fucking coffees at me, recording for probably Snapchat, and going through and seeing everybody get angry at my existence because of some spiritual thing, getting my food with my food stamps, my smart food popcorn, getting back into after that war, that battle of influence, and then coming back and hiding in the tent and watching YouTube videos, falling asleep listening to Oni plays. It was nice. Respond to me, please, because I'm your number one support. What'd you say? How do you know that happened? I don't know what are you saying? How do I know what happened? You name the time any day anyway. I don't know, maybe. Yeah, the wind is what gets you. Yeah, I only survived because God, because I was like suffering, freezing, and then I felt the universe or God say that there was going to be something. Like I just had this intuitive feeling that there was something good coming, and then I walked out I was just going to fight my way through the cold to the McDonald's, and then on the way in a dumpster I found this actually, and then I found a bunch of insulation board under it. So I was able to insulate the tent and get this under me, and then I just hid in a den, and I would run my Mr. Buddy heater for 30 seconds, which would heat up the metal, and then I'd put the metal inside, and I would suffocate, and then I'd wake up 4 hours later, feeling a bit better, and then I did that for 2 months straight, and I live streamed most of it. Like you can go back through my channel and find those in like late 2024. You can find I have police brutalities on my channel where they used excessive force and violated my rights. I documented a lot of it. You can see me the day that my brother died if you go back to the John Michael video. It's been pretty bad, man. But I like it. It's a wilderness journey. I asked God to make me a badass. So I went through stuff nobody should, man. And I'm really proud of what I've become. It's like forging a sword. Like I look back at where I was before this, and I'm really glad that I'm really glad that my son is dead, man. I'm really glad that she miscarried, because I would have never known this. And I probably would be somebody that I wouldn't like. So it sucks, but also like it's bittersweet. Because I wouldn't have been ready for it. I would have settled. Maybe I'd be happy and creative and things would go but it would be completely different. I would be completely different now that I have these experiences. And just seeing me overcome so much. Like I used to hate myself, and now I love myself. I've tried. I call this law firm that was interested every few months, and they don't get back to me anymore. They had no legal grounds to open my tent. They had no real way to identify me. They did not call the property owner. The property owner did not know that I was on the property. So they trespassed to do it, even if there's like a verbal agreement, whatever. So that's still iffy. They did not need to use pepper spray. They did not need to issue painful wrist locks. They did not need to cuff my cuffs so tight that my hand was visibly bright purple and bleeding. And they did not need to come back with mental health a week later and say if I didn't know what day of the week it was, they were going to do what they did to me last time and haul me away afterwards for a long time. They did not need to follow me around town for 3 months. They did not need to stalk me, go trespass onto private property just to sit near me and blast their that like bright flashlight in my eyes while I'm trying to eat my McDonald's and watch YouTube. They did not need to stalk me until I would go live and say, "I know you're over there watching me on the YouTube," and then 2 cars take off. They did not need to send 6 cops into a McDonald's and block all the entryways to prevent me from leaving and send a mental health worker in and have him start lying about my mental condition, trying to instigate a disorderly and talk shit to my face. And he left as soon as he saw that I had recorded the whole thing. Because I caught them. And then when I found out that the cop that maced me goes up to homeless women, manufactures crimes, and then solicits them for sexual bribes, and then I posted that online, and then they didn't need to show up at my tent and shoot at me within like probably 4 hours after I posted it on the internet. Victator, I have no way to talk to you. That's if I get a phone at some point, maybe. Did I request medical attention? I asked them if they had called, and they didn't tell me whether they called an ambulance or not. Eventually, the ambulance showed up after I couldn't breathe because they maced my eyes, nose, mouth, ear, my whole face full of mace. Yeah, upstate New York was terrible. I had a Dodge Magnum aftermarket everything, $3,000 rims. It was painted like a Rolls Royce. I put Christmas lights, like the stars in the Rolls Royce. I put Christmas lights on the roof. And I would DoorDash. I was top dasher in Plattsburgh, and they'd pull me over for nothing. They'd rip me out of the car, search me on the ground, and then just leave. And I'd ask them why, and then they would Google just an image of a young man in his 20s and show me someone that didn't look anything like me and said, "You fit a description of this guy." And then it took me years to figure out, oh, they were just showing the body cam footage, didn't see what the guy looked like, so they just had to say that they did. Exploiting loopholes. But I did pass by a officer once, and he was like, "How you doing, man?" I said, "Hey, I'm keeping the heat in." And I think that he thought that I meant that I was strapped with a gun. I was keeping that heat on me. But what I was trying to say is I'm keeping the heat in. I'm staying spiritually warm. Is what I was trying to say. I'm keeping that heat in, you know? But he thought that I was saying I have a gun on me. So, of course, they're going to rip me out of the car. But yeah, I've also somebody lied to the police, and the police showed up and pushed me into a wall. I lifted my arms like, "What are you doing? Just talk to me. I'm right here." And then they maced me and put me in jail with no running water. They didn't wash my eyes, and they left me in there for 3 days with no pillows, blankets, or running water. So I stayed with pepper spray in my eyes for days, and then they put me in front of the judge, and then they just treated me like shit. It was a literal black magic ritual by a practicing Freemason. And I have videos of me showing you, "Hey, look, I'm going to connect to God," and then watch how he reacts through the WebEx. So you can see me connect to God on the video, and then you can see him suddenly go, and he starts fucking barking at my public defender like a feral animal. Because I had learned how to not let his black magic affect me. True facts. And then the next time I went there in person was years later, and one of the people in the courtroom walked up in front of me and did the Freemason signs and then walked away. Because I accidentally hadn't muted, and I went live on YouTube and I said, "Whoa, the Satanist Freemason isn't here today." On 10/10, the day that they say is like Satanist Christmas. Isn't that crazy? Victator, you've been trying to rap battle me for an hour and a half now, probably, right? I've told you I can't, man. I have no way to. This medical records might help your case to get disability. I've been asking for it for years, and they won't give it. They wouldn't send my public defender the body cam footage of the arrest. They still won't get back to me. I've been calling Tammy at the public records office for 2 years now, and she will not return my calls. Because she knows that there's grounds for a lawsuit. So there's a 3-year wait time to be able to file a lawsuit. So they wouldn't give me the body cam footage until after that wait time was up, and now they just won't give me the body cam footage. Hey, I like he keeps challenging me to a rap battle, man. I'll kick a fat cunt right the fuck in her moose knuckle. Stare a bitch down till she blush and her knees buckle. Stare a man down cause I know he want no trouble. Then leave them both cold just to show they don't really love you. Yeah, I know some of this shit you're talking about. It sounds crazy to other people who haven't experienced it. Yeah, man. It sucks. I'm kind of ready to go to sleep, though. It's 4 in the morning. I want to go to bed before the sun is out. Before people show up. So I think I'm going to go to sleep. Thank you guys for watching. If you want the Discord, just comment on a random, like scroll down a bunch and then comment. And then I send the invite link to the group Discord. Young Biddy here, what up? I'm actually going to bed, man. Good night.